Oh, there we go. There you go, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go, see that?
That's a good one.
My name is Guy Jeans. On today's episode of Fish the West, I'm heading down to Long Beach, California to fish with guide Vaughn Podmore. Vaughn has built a life around chasing saltwater fish in places most fly anglers would never think to look. Shipping channels, harbors, and breakwaters. It's not the classic image of fly fishing, but that's what makes it so interesting. Out here, the water is industrial, urban, and alive. We'll be throwing flies along the Long Beach breakwall, looking for calico bass and seeing what it takes to find wild fish in the middle of one of the busiest ports on the West Coast. This is a different side of fly fishing. Saltwater, concrete, current, chaos, and a guide who knows how to read all of it. This is Fish the West.
Every day is different. I mean, ultimately, like you have a plan. Yesterday, the fish were at spot A. Following day, the wind's blowing in different directions, so it doesn't allow you to go down that zone because the wind's blowing too hard, so it pushes you to a completely different zone, and you're gonna got to rethink things again. The fish don't have fences, so they can go wherever they want. You just got to stick with a plan.
So what makes the Long Beach breakwall so special?
It runs from Seal Beach area up to St. Peter, and it's roughly 7.5 miles long. I think the depth that it sits, it gets all the water moving around. It can vary in bites from the east side to the west side. It's pretty unique. There's many days that you fish it, you scratch your head and going, how am I going to find a bite? But it's those little key things that you look for, and different parts of the wall will fish better on different days depending on that swell direction. So we're going to fish the inside for maybe half an hour just to get familiar with what we're throwing. You can see the kelp that sits off the breakwater. So what we're going to target is those little lanes between the kelp. We're going to fish the pelagic crab that I came up with a couple years back. We had a really strong El Nino in 2014, and these pelagic crabs, or nicknamed tuna crabs, came up from Mexico. The fly works pretty good. We've caught calico, sheep's head, yellowtail, yellowfin tuna. Everything eats the pelagic crab. It's an easy picking. Anyhow, that's your rod. That's your rod. We'll get a stripping bucket out.
All right.
And you're going to be up on the bow.
Okay. So one of the things that's going on is that I'm in a boat. The boat is moving in every direction. It's going up and down. It's going side to side. And I've got to be able to balance, put my line into a stripping bucket at the same time, and cast into a small area.
So you can see the little lanes as to ultimately get it as far back as you can.
Yeah.
Give it one strip so everything comes nice and tight. If you get really close to the rocks, let it sink for maybe 5 seconds, do a couple pops, let it sink a little longer, and so forth.
Okay.
When you feel like you've got halfway back, strip it in and recast it.
So I'm casting a 8-weight rod. Sometimes we use 9-weight rods, and I'm using a grain line so it sinks really fast. Sometimes we're using 250, 350, or even heavier lines that sink really fast. The one thing that I have to do is I have to put this little fly into a small space as close to the wall as I can so that it can drop down and the fish can grab it. And it's not easy.
The first thing everybody looks at, or I look at too, is your tides. And then wind to water temperature. So some days you'll be running up and down the wall, one side will bite better than the others. If it's too clean, you're not going to get a grab. And especially days when it's bluebird skies first thing in the morning, it's going to be a tough day fishing. I like the overcastness like we had today. There's a bit of a surge coming through the wall, which you may have noticed, and that there loosens up all the little bugs and it gets the bite going. Yeah, this past winter the water was pretty cold out here, so this kelp flourished. If you're fishing plastic regular gear, you can fish a 1 ounce lead head and it penetrates through that kelp down to where they live, but a fly line, you can't really do that. So you got to look for these little pockets. Put another one more to your left. See that foamy white water there?
Yep.
Right on the back. Put a cast inside there and let it hang there. Nice. Come on, fishy, fishy, fishy.
Come on, fishy.
Here's a good spot right inside there. Nice. Okay, way back inside there.
In there? You got it.
Nice. There we go. Perfect, perfect, perfect.
So what I was doing right there was I was casting, and if I didn't see my fly or line going in the right spot, I'd do a reach cast where I was kind of like moving my arm and my rod to the right a little bit. And in the air, my line would move to the side a little bit and actually land in the pocket. There we go.
How's that? See?
Yeah, baby. You gotta put it tight. These fish grab it, they pull super hard, and they try to go back into the rock. So you gotta pull really hard to keep the pressure on them so that they don't go back in those rocks. Woo!
Get the skunk off the boat.
First calico. Look at that thing. Cool fish.
We got a five-year-old fish right there.
Wow. You know, a 12-inch fish was like 5 years old. So you can imagine if any fish is bigger than 12 inches, that fish is gonna be pretty old. So it's very interesting how slow these calico bass grow, but how big they get as well.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Getting some. My grandfather used to fly fish. Myself and my buddies, we ended up making fly lines out of string soaked in beeswax and then stripped off the wax, and it ended up being a floating line, but you couldn't really cast too far because it never had a taper, but it worked good enough to get maybe 10 feet away from yourself. We used to fish a spot called Howick Falls, which was about half an hour from Durban, where I grew up from, in the mountains, and that's where we kind of mingled with fly fishing.
So over the years, Vaughn has created flies specifically for his fishery. And so I got the pleasure of watching him tie some of those flies. It was pretty cool. These fish, when they're sitting in the breakwall, swimming around and eating stuff, they're looking for crabs and that sort of thing. So a lot of his flies kind of mimic crabs. And in order to catch fish here, you have to know what these fish are doing in all these different scenarios. And Vaughn has put in the work. He's put in the hours, the years, the time, the fishing to understand what's going on with this fishery, and it's very impressive. That's a fun time, man. I mean, bass are fun.
You know, I mean, this is kind of fishing I do mostly in the winter and the springtime.
Oh, there's another one. That's a little bit bigger.
Right underneath the kelp. Oh, nice, yeah. Jackpoling him. See, that was a legit tea bag right there, dude.
Yeah, you can tell it's a little bit different in the size, just it's a little bit bigger.
They got a nice big rudder on them, and their tails flanned out, nice and spiky.
So cool.
Gill plates are nice and sharp. But typically, the best way to handle them is in the mouth.
You try to hold it, you know, and put your hand around the body. They have super sharp fins, and you will get stabbed with those fins. So holding it by the lip is the best way to handle these fish.
Yeah, bud.
Thank you.
That was good. Get some.
That's easy.
There's many days that you fish it, you scratch your head and going, how am I going to find a bite? But it's those little key things that you look for. As I showed you, water pushing through the wall, and it catches a south swell and like a northwest swell. And different parts of the wall will fish better on different days depending on that swell direction. I'll never say the wall is kind of something I invented. Fishing has been fished for many years, many years, but it can yield some pretty damn good fish.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
That's a good fish.
Sand bass. Nice one.
Look
Yeah.
at that thing.
Got some teeth.
So all morning I've been catching calico bass, and then all of a sudden I get this really hard pull, and it's a sand bass. And sand bass are hanging out in that same zone. They're just a little bit deeper, and they're super fun to catch as well.
Here we go. Oh, he's out. It's bass. Nice.
It's like he came out, like way out here.
Guy's crushing it, dude.
Woo! Vaughn is controlling the boat. You know, we got moving currents, and Vaughn is controlling the boat and putting me into position at the same time while he's talking, while he's watching the currents and all that sort of thing. It's not easy to do, but he makes it look easy.
Oh,
look at that!
On the sink.
Dude, he like
Crushed
ripped it out of my hand.
Out the ballpark, bro. Those are the best right there.
Wow, these guys pull hard, man.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that guy. Yeah.
Nice.
Look at that thing.
Nice.
Dude, what a cool fish, man. All right.
This guy's good. He's good.
Woo! So right now we're going out to the outside of the breakwall, and I've got to have some really good balance out there.
We're in 33 feet of water behind the boat.
How much?
33.
Okay.
So there's another term I use when I'm fishing this is window shopping. So we're drifting down the breakwater right now with this. You can see all this kelp that's laying up against the breakwater, and ultimately guys trying to find these little what I call feeding lanes in between the kelp. And it's good little ambush zones where the calico bass is sitting. So he's making a cast as far as he can toward the rock, as close to the rock as he can, giving it one strip so it straightens everything out, and then he starts his retrieve from there. And what he's doing is he's stripping, and in between intervals it's sinking down, so he's step stoning down the breakwater. And those fish are sitting in these little crevices waiting for something to come by them. And I call that window shopping.
Okay, I got to be a little more accurate to put it in this hole here. Nope.
Here we go. Nice, nice, nice. Put one to your right along that front edge, and then we'll move down to some more pockets down a little further.
Okay. So fishing with Vaughn, you don't have to be an amazing caster, but it would be good to be able to cast okay. You know, being able to put it where he says to put it would be beneficial to catching more fish, that's for sure.
Now sometimes fishing that close, you get opali that will sit.
Oh.
There we go. Oh, that was a grab, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, put one inside there. Nice.
That fly is just dropping right along that wall.
Mm-hmm. Eat it.
Yep. There he is. He followed
Sucker.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, calico.
That was way down there.
Yeah. The other thing, some of them you see, like this one right here, he's really white and like his belly's white. A lot of times they're like chameleons, so when they sit off the kelp a little bit, they take to the coloring of their surroundings. Get the flip.
Yoo!
Please don't release fish like that at home. Pretty hardy fish.
Thanks, Vaughn.
Hey, good deal. Let's find another hole for you. Nobody showed me the ropes of guiding. Nowadays, it's easy. The kids that become guides, they see somebody fishing, they hit the GPS button and they go around and say, you got 50 different spots, but all those spots bite differently on any given day. So you kind of got to know your homework a little better. I just figured there was a niche for it. There wasn't anybody doing full-time guiding. One thing led to another, and I started gaining popularity. And I built up enough clientele while I was still working, doing general construction. And then when 2007 rolled around, I already done 10 years of guiding part-time. I had enough clientele when the economy kind of went south in 2007. Decided to do it full-time, and I haven't looked back since.
The last fish I just got almost ripped the line out of my hand when I got a strike, which is pretty cool. They pull hard, and they fight all the way up to the boat. They feel great. Strong fish, strong saltwater fish for sure.
Oh, there we go. There you go, there you go.
Yeah.
There we go, you see that?
That's a good one.
You coax them into eating that good. I want it. No, I don't want it. I want it. No,
Yeah, it's exactly what he was doing. So you got a strip set to catch these fish. And what that means is when you get a bite, you got to pull into the fish, like pull your line and really stick them hard.
A mature fish ready to spawn is about 12 inches. and that fish is roughly 5 to 6 years old. Calico bass, where the egg is laid, is pretty much going to be its home for the rest of its life. I tell people that come out there with their kids that you can catch this fish today, in 10 years time you can come back and maybe catch that same fish. When you got to go fishing, you got to go fishing. Tide's not always in your favor, but that's when you start learning about other parts of the bay and how do you fish it. But I tell you what, if we had got out here this morning and it was bluebird, sunny skies,
Nothing.
it's tough on those days.
So it's interesting when Vaughn's talking about, when it's super sunny out, the fishing's really tough. We got lucky in it when we had that kind of like June gloom, that kind of like foggy thing that goes on in California. The fish were on fire, we were catching a bunch of them.
Man's best friend, the remote, whether he's sitting on the couch watching TV or on the boat. Okay, let's cruise down a little bit. These troll motors are game changers. You got to have one. It's got this feature called Spot Lock it's a virtual anchor, so wherever you are, you can hit this little button and it'll keep the boat in 5 feet of that initial set of that virtual anchor. Pretty cool. Let's have one more cast, 2 more casts down these 2 alleys,
okay.
And then let's go try the outside.
Sounds good.
A little different water,
Okay. Oh, look at this
a little
hole.
bouncier. Here we go. If he doesn't get a fish here, you get one in this little hole right here. This is good.
Right?
Every morning before I come out here, I take a bite of a humble pie. Why? Because you never know what this is going to give you for the day. Some days it's really good, some days it's humbling.
I think it's your turn, buddy.
My turn?
Yep.
See what I can do.
I need to rest the arm.
You put a hurting on those fish, dude.
So I gave the rod to Vaughn actually because my arm was getting sore. Had caught so many fish. And so it was kind of a nice little break. And plus I wanted to see him fish it.
Come on. Come on, eat it. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fish on, baby. Woo. Not as big as Guy's one.
Yeah, I know, a little bit bigger.
The water clarity plays a major role in it too. Sometimes when it's too clean, the fish can see you, you can see the fish, nothing bites.
It's pretty crazy here. So you got this big harbor, Long Beach Harbor, and you have this breakwall that's 7 miles long, but then you have the inside, the harbor as well, and all the rocks and all the structure that you can fish in the harbor as well. It's pretty amazing.
Let's go and look at the outside of the breakwater, see what the conditions are like.
I don't know, this looks like big Calico bass country right here. So outside the breakwall where we're fishing now, there's all kinds of currents going on. You got currents coming from the right, coming from the left. It's all over the place. So the boat's moving all over the place. It's coming off the breakwall and surging back. A little different ball game out here, huh?
Yeah.
A lot of movement going on.
A lot of movement. And the swell's big. It's
Oh yeah, you're going up
kind of
on
rides
that, huh?
you up and down the breakwater. It's pretty hairy.
Look at that.
Should bust out the curly tail right now.
Oh yeah? Ooh, nice shot.
Sometimes you don't want to get it too close in these rocks if you look at the barnacles.
All right. What's cool about the fishing out here is you could actually catch something super big as well, you know? You don't know sometimes what you're gonna get, huh?
Yeah. Stuck in my hand. There you go.
Okay. Be careful over here.
Put your cast up from the boat a little bit, up there as opposed to straight in.
Okay.
Let me get a little closer too for you.
How deep is it out here, Vaughn?
We're in 32 feet of water,
Okay.
but behind us about another 20, it will drop down to 40, 50 feet.
Okay. So we were drifting from left to right down the breakwall, and Vaughn kind of had me casting at a 45-degree angle, almost like dragging it, you know, as we're drifting. And so I cast at a kind of a 45-degree angle, let my fly sink down with my sinking line, and then gave it a couple strips and boom. There we go.
Get him. Here we go.
Ooh, this is a good one.
Yeah. Don't give him any line.
This one just happened to be the biggest calico I caught on this trip. It was amazing. Yeah, baby.
Oh yeah. Hey, that's a good one. Hang on, dude.
Woo.
Yeah. And keep him in the water.
That is so fun. Oh my gosh.
There you go, guy. Hang on.
All right. Oh my gosh.
It's a good fish, huh?
Yeah. Wow. Look at that. That is pretty incredible. That's the biggest calico I've ever caught. That's pretty nice.
Nice.
Thank you. Nice, man. Okay, ready? Yep. Wow.
Hey.
That was sick.
Nice, dude.
Dude, thanks, man.
That's a good fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the things I admire about Vaughn is that he's made something out of nothing. You know, he's created this fishery in his area in Southern California, and he has put in the time to figure out what's going on with all the tides, all the swells, where the fish are at different times of the year, what they're eating, and that's not easy to do. And he makes it super fun for us, the clients, when we're out there fishing.
Urban fishing, concrete jungle, there's noise, there's cranes moving, there's trains, there's ships dropping anchors. I tell everybody that's my backcountry. We all love to fish tropical flats, but this is what I've been handed, and this is my fishery.
If you guys ever get a chance to go with Salty Fly Guide Service, you gotta check it out. Vaughn Podmore is the man. Vaughn will hook you up with some great fishing, and he also goes out to the Channel Islands, he goes out to Catalina, and he does all kinds of fishing out there as well. Fly fishing, Salty Fly Guide Service, check him out.